Hello, Marlott High School. Today we have decided to take a look at the boys and girls soccer program. Boots will be interviewing Mr. Humphreys, he's head coach for the boys team. And Asmir will be interviewing Mr. Saputski, the head coach of the girls team.
All right, we are here with Mr. Humphreys, varsity soccer coach. Our first question is, what made you want to be a soccer coach?
I think probably just growing up around sports and playing sports and having good coaches kind of made me want to gravitate towards coaching in the future. So, yeah, it's something I always wanted to do.
That's a good answer. What's your experience like with the sport?
So I started playing when I was in second grade. I played all the way through college. And then that was it. That was the end of the journey, for my playing days at least. You know, so you get old, you got to hang them up at some point.
So speaking of present day, how is your season right now going?
Not too bad. I think obviously it's some inconsistencies from time to time and game to game, but right now we're 7-5-1. Obviously we got states coming up pretty soon after our last two games, so I think we probably will end up with like a 4, 5, 6 seed somewhere in that range. So not bad.
Okay. So with that record, is your season going as well as you expect it to be?
I like the fact that we're playing relevant games in the end of October, and we have a chance at the states, so that's obviously a good thing. But I definitely think there are a couple of games that we maybe left on the table. You know, we didn't show up, we weren't ready for them. So that obviously would be nice to get those back, but you can't live in the past. You know, you got to just move forward. Yeah.
For you personally, who is your biggest rivalry in the division?
Obviously Ramsey's always going to get that nod, you know, so I think every time we play them it's a pretty eventful game. It's always a good game, brings out the best in everybody. So yeah, I would just go with the Rams, you know.
Of course. Speaking of the games, how do you personally prepare for your games?
I don't really do much of anything, you know. Personally, I feel like I kind of have to get the team ready. Mm-hmm. So, you know, come game time, I feel like I've done what I need to do to get them prepared. But within the game, you kind of have to make adjustments and decisions. But I don't really have like a ritual that I go through or anything like that. So, yeah, not much.
All right. When someone on the team has an injury, how do you handle the situation?
I leave it to the professionals.
That's
Coach Ranny, he comes out, he makes the call. You know, I don't have any background in athletic training or medicine.
So the situation.
Yeah, I coach. He athletic trains.
And
you
there
know,
you go.
You play. We're having fun.
That's a great logic. What are the traits you look for in a captain?
Obviously, you know, people will say like leadership. I think a lot goes into it. You know, someone who's been with the program for a long time, has like the integrity and the dedication over 4 years. You know, someone that other people are going to look up to. Someone who can motivate. You know, someone who's not going to just kind of like give up when things are going wrong. So I'd say those are the things I look for the most.
Solid. And how do the captains help inspire the rest of the team?
I guess by their play first.
On the field.
You know, like, you know, how well they're playing and the tempo that they set. But I think like the other things that, you know, as a coach you don't always see are the little things that they do on the bus rides or in the locker room or at the pasta parties and things like that. So I think it's about, you know, playing well and inspiring others to play well, but to also kind of keep everybody together and keep everybody motivated.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Nice job. Thanks.
If one of your players is having a bad game, how would you respond?
Like talking with that player, or like after the fact, or in the game?
After.
Yeah. So I think we all have bad games. Like we definitely had players that have had bad games before. I just think it depends on the situation. If it's like a reoccurring thing that we've been working on, if it's in the game, we have to make adjustments. My girls know that if something's not working or if someone's not doing what they need to be doing, they're not going to be in the game. We kind of have like that next girl up mentality on our team, which is nice because it's kind of the culture that they have set for themselves. But, you know, sports are awesome because you get direct feedback, right? You get to play the game. So there's a lot to evaluate. We film our games. We can show them different situations. And if there's something that they're not working on specifically or it's not working in the game, sometimes like them seeing it on film as a visual will help them improve.
Okay. Did the players' emotions show from the game
Yeah, sometimes they do. Yesterday we had a pretty bad loss that knocked us out of the running for the league title. And you could definitely see at the end of the game, the players' emotions and the frustrations. We didn't play well, or we didn't play well for long enough in the game. And I think that was the frustration is sometimes, you don't have 11 people on the same page at the same time. And when you play good teams, they're going to take advantage of that. And you have players that sometimes are on the same page for most of the game, and it can be frustrating. But, I think when we talk about showing emotion, it's a good thing because it shows how hard they're working and how hard they care.
Right. What are your predictions for the future games coming?
Yeah, so we're in a situation right now where we basically have a chance to use our next 3 games as a stepping stone into the state playoffs. My girls have heard this from me, and I watch a lot of soccer in this area, and we've played a lot of good teams this year. We've had some good results. We've had some tough games. We've had some losses against some really good teams that we played well. We can play with anyone in the state of New Jersey. So if they can take ownership of that, I think at the end of the year, they can do something that's special. We've had some adversity this year with some injuries and, our lack of depth. And I think kind of our message at this point of the year is people don't remember the teams that are expected to win. People remember the teams that fought the adversity to get the result done.
All right. What are your keys to a successful season?
For us, it goes back to fitness. For soccer in high school is very condensed period of time. It's basically 2.5 months of playing 2 to 3 times per week. And soccer is a very physical and endurance-based game. So you get banged up during the game, and you're going for long stretches without rest. So for us, being in the best shape that you can be in getting into the season is to me is one of the biggest indicators if a team's going to be successful or not.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed and gained helpful information about the soccer program.